Very shocking news. Loudly crying face, the painful secret of btsv. Loudly crying face, the heartbreaking truth behind his smile. There is a mystery in the eyes of Kim Taehyung. It is a gaze that can stop a stadium of 60,000 screaming fans. A gaze that holds a depth far older than the years of the man himself. When the lights hit the stage, the world sees V, the most handsome face, the charismatic performer with the baritone voice that vibrates through the soul. But behind the Gucci suits and the flashing cameras, there is a silence. There is a story of a boy who was never supposed to be here, a boy who was hidden in the shadows, and a man who has walked a long, lonely road to find peace within the chaos. This is not just a story of fame. This is the human story of Kim Taehyung. To understand the soul of this artist, the story must travel back to the rural landscapes of Geochang and Daegu. According to the artist's own recollections in various interviews, the childhood of Kim Taehyung was far removed from the glitz of Seoul. Taehyung was born into a family of farmers. While other idols were born into cities with dance academies, Kim Taehyung grew up thinking the future lay in the soil, not the stage. Reports suggest that for 14 years, Taehyung was raised primarily by a grandmother. This bond was the foundation of the world for the young boy. It was a humble beginning. There were no silver spoons, only the simple, unconditional love of a grandmother who raised the boy to be kind and respectful. The path to music was accidental. Kim Taehyung did not go to the audition to become a star. Taehyung went to support a friend. But destiny is often written in the margins of life. The executives saw something in the unpolished diamond. Kim Taehyung was the only one from Daegu to pass that day. But leaving home was the first heartbreak. Imagine a young teenager, clutching a cheap jacket that a mother bought, at a high cost to the family, just so the son would not be bullied by the city kids in Seoul. That jacket was a shield of love, but it was also a reminder of the sacrifice the family was making. The trainee years were difficult for everyone, but for Kim Taehyung, there was a unique psychological torture. For a long time, Taehyung was the hidden member. While the other members of BTS were being introduced to the world through video logs and social media, Kim Taehyung was kept a secret. The agency strategy was to build anticipation, but for a young, insecure boy, this silence felt like exclusion. Kim Taehyung has mentioned in past content standing by the trash cans, watching the other members' film logs, wondering if the fans would like V when the face was finally revealed. Imagine the loneliness of being on the team, but existing as a ghost. The fear was not just about debut. The fear was about being unwanted. When BTS finally debuted, the world saw a boy with a bright, boxy smile and an eccentric personality. But the pressure was mounting. In the early years, Kim Taehyung was often misunderstood. The unique behavior, the offbeat way of thinking, led some people to label Taehyung with terms like alien, a nickname the artist later expressed a dislike for. To be called strange when one is just being authentic is a subtle form of rejection. It forces a person to question their own identity. Is there something wrong with me? This is a question that likely haunted the quiet moments in the dorm. But the true breaking point, the moment that shattered the heart of Kim Taehyung, came in 2016. It was during the promotions for Blood, Sweat and Tears, a time when BTS was skyrocketing to global fame. The schedule was grueling. The physical exhaustion was at a peak. But internally, Kim Taehyung was bleeding. The grandmother, the woman who had raised Taehyung for 14 years, the woman who was the pillar of the artist's life, passed away. For weeks, Kim Taehyung had to smile for the cameras. Taehyung had to perform on music shows, sign albums for fans, and act as if the world was not collapsing. The professionalism required to suppress such grief is unimaginable. Finally, at a fan meeting in Geochang Dome, the dam broke. With tears streaming down the face, Kim Taehyung confessed the loss to the army. The pain in that voice was raw. It was the sound of a boy realizing that no amount of fame could bring back the person who mattered most. That moment changed Kim Taehyung. The boyish innocence faded, replaced by a melancholic maturity. As BTS conquered the world, becoming the biggest band on the planet, one would assume that happiness would follow. But for Kim Taehyung, the height of success brought a new kind of darkness. Around 2018 and leading into the pandemic of 2020, the artist faced severe burnout. In the documentary series Break the Silence and In the Soup, Kim Taehyung opened up about these struggles. The artist admitted to feeling empty. There was a time when Kim Taehyung questioned the purpose of it all. Why is the schedule so full? Why is the happiness so fleeting? The song Blue and Grey, written by Kim Taehyung, is a direct window into this soul. The lyrics plead, "Where is my angel? I am sick and tired of everything." This was not a performance. This was a cry for help. The happy virus of the group had become the winter bear, quiet and introspective. Taehyung admitted to feeling anxious and doubting personal talent, asking, "Do I deserve this love?" It is a cruel irony that the man who brought joy to millions was struggling to find joy in the mirror. However, Kim Taehyung did not let the darkness win. The resilience of this man is quiet, like a deep river. Taehyung found solace in art. Instead of forcing a fake smile, the artist embraced the melancholy. Kim Taehyung turned to jazz, to classical music, to photography, and to painting. Taehyung stopped trying to fit into the mold of a typical K-pop idol and started marching to a unique rhythm. The release of the solo album Layover was the culmination of this journey. It was not an album designed for TikTok trends or explosive charts. It was an album of slow R&B and jazz, genres that Taehyung truly loved. It was an act of artistic bravery. It was Kim Taehyung saying, "This is who I am, take it or leave it." People often ask, why is Kim Taehyung so beloved? Why do millions of fans defend V so fiercely? It is not just because of the verified accolades or the massive brand ambassadorships which media sources value in the millions. It is because of the humanity. We love Kim Taehyung because Taehyung is a family man who dreams of being a father like the own father. We love Taehyung because the artist is not afraid to show a bare face, unshaven and tired, on a live stream. We love the way Taehyung interacts with children, with a gentleness that melts hearts. There is a specific kind of courage in Kim Taehyung. It is the courage to be soft in a hard world. When the time came for military service, many expected the artist to choose an easier path. Instead, reports confirmed that Kim Taehyung applied for the Special Duty Team, SDT, one of the toughest counter-terrorism units in the military. This decision shocked the world. The man known for loving flowers and jazz was willingly walking into the fire. It proved that the softness was not weakness. It was a choice. Underneath the artistic exterior lies a backbone of steel. Since enlisting, images have surfaced of Kim Taehyung in uniform, eyes sharp and focused. But even in the military, stories circulate of Taehyung sharing food with fellow soldiers and maintaining that signature kindness. The environment has changed, but the heart remains the same. The future for Kim Taehyung is a canvas yet to be painted. The artist has expressed a desire to act again, to explore more music, and eventually, to live a quiet life surrounded by nature. But whatever the future holds, one thing is certain. Kim Taehyung has grown from the farm boy who hid his struggles behind a boxy smile into a man who wears his scars with dignity. We must remember that the star we see on the screen is a human being who has suffered great loss, who has battled the demons of self-doubt, and who has felt the crushing loneliness of a crowded room. Kim Taehyung did not become a legend because of a handsome face. Kim Taehyung became a legend because the artist kept walking when the road was dark. As we look at Kim Taehyung now, we see more than an idol. We see a survivor. We see a man who taught us that it is okay to be blue, it is okay to be gray, and it is okay to take a break when the world gets too loud. In a world that constantly demands noise and perfection, Kim Taehyung offers us a quiet, imperfect, and beautiful truth. And for that truth, and for the strength it took to find it, Kim Taehyung commands our silence and our deepest, most enduring respect.